Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and penguins and polar bears and moons and sonkies and yeah, all that good stuff out there in the world of Earth and non-Earth and I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, it's another Crowncast. I uh, I pushed. This usually I would post this one on Wednesday because if I did one on Monday, but since I did one with John, uh, and I decided to put up two straight um, longest journey videos. So yeah, it just worked out for the better. I already have recorded one more longest journey. After I have done this Crowncast, I'm gonna record another one, and then it's all the good stuff. Yes, all what you've come to know and love me about. But yeah, I yeah. So now that I have started getting into longest journey, it's really good because I feel like now I have two types of content I regularly can post up on the channel. Now I just need to get down and make the fanfic stuff. I mean, I am worried how some people gonna perceive sort of this stuff. I mean, I almost say that I feel more worried for Layla's chapter 2 than I am with the Ramborshan Dorman. Because I feel like the Ramborshan Dorman is going to frighten away people before they even get to the good stuff, so they don't even know what's in it. It's just me saying this, but yeah. I'm gonna record it probably going to end up recording it on Saturday. Or probably not tomorrow. I can't record it while my mother is home. I'm sorry, but no. I can't. It's just no. Yeah. So I was on the show last night. I wasn't on for very long because OJ needed to go to the bathroom and I was pretty dead. Being up for like 20 hours at that point, and also the fact that I didn't sleep that much the night before. It wouldn't have been a problem being up that long if the fact is I had slept for like at least another 4 hours, so 8 or 9 hours, something like that. I probably would say if it weren't for the fact that I went out on a long walk and stuff, I probably don't have the energy to stay up all that time. Yeah. And I made a shout out to Smart Guy. Hope he's happy in the on the show, because Jan wanted me to promote the Crowncast once again, because what it is something truly great in my opinion. No, but no, it's not great. It's awful, or awful for the people, abortion people who remember that. Yeah, so I had a couple of ideas what I'm going to talk about, but for some reason I'm blanking out currently. I can say a little bit more. The longest journey, it's very different. I mean, we say it's a different today because it was a PC game done around the beginning or end of around the 2000 year 2000. At that point, mature games were mature. And you can tell that from this game. It's a really mature game. I would say it's probably more mature than Dreamfall, the game comes after it in the series. It's a really different game, Dreamfall. Not really that different, but it's just the atmosphere of it all. I'm feeling it. For me, it's such a the longest journey so far. It's such a darker feel to it. It's like you can really feel that this isn't a happy everyday game where everyone's gonna live happily ever after. No, there's douchebags that clearly are douchebags, and it's like, yeah, I feel like the Norwegians who did this game really did a good job of capturing the fact that they're humans. Simple as that. I sometimes tend to like forget that in most games, because even if they're portraying humans, most of them just feel like sort of like stereotypes, but sometimes not really stereotypes. They just don't feel like they do the right. They don't do the decision that they would really do. Sometimes it's someone flees or someone isn't cut out to do that sort of thing. But usually they usually hold their hand and showing for the people this is going to happen. You implement few details that gives you hint that this person might. They give you so many hints in other stuff, and instead of just the person being there, it's a lot of dialogue in The Longest Journey, so it's easier to have them be more human than in other games. And that's why, for instance, I don't know if anyone is watch Polaris stuff, but Husky have been doing an animated series on Polaris called Broken Quest, and for me, when I see those episodes in the beginning, they're hilarious. In the first episode, some sort of in the beginning it was very hilarious, but now that there are a couple of, like, I don't know where they're at, episode 8, episode 9, whatever, it just feels like, I know it's very hard to do animation, it's very expensive as well, so that's why they can't have that long episodes, but it ruins it, because they can't. I don't care if you have, it doesn't matter if it does economic wise, it's going to ruin some parts of it because it's too short. And you don't get any sort of attachment to any of the characters. They end up becoming stereotypes, and the episodes not evolving them as persons. I think they want to do that, but it doesn't show. And I think, yeah, I'm hoping at least this Broken Quest goes good enough that it will be another season that's longer, or at least fewer episodes and longer episodes. Make them, and I'm not talking about having them be like 20 minutes. No, I'm talking having them be at least 7-8 minutes, double the length of that what they are right now. Because now it's just, they're just ridiculous, and yeah, I'm just. It's just my opinion of it. I mean, you can check it out and maybe post a link to the show in the comment. I mean, in the first episode, it's all about the writing of being like it's giving you hints, references, and all those good stuff. You know what I compare it to? Because reason why I'm kind of don't I mean feel like Outlands, fucking brilliant series right now going on a Geek and Sundry. It's uh, it's 16-bit pixel style animation, and it has Felicia Day in it. It also has the people that made it, and I have a hard time like discerning who is voicing who, and so it's not very famous people, but they doing an amazing job of just having a fucking phenomenal story and giving you character progression in some ways, but it doesn't really matter that much, but it stays true to the people, and the episodes are good length, and they just have so many stuff in them that, especially Hutch in that show is he's so great. I mean, it's a sci-fi, no, more of a space sci-fi story where it's about these people that got joined like I don't know not fleet, you know what, joined this spaceship where this Sergeant Skill is the name of the guy who has the is the sort of commander of the spaceship, and it's just bonkers crazy, and it's just a great all-around show. So that one I will post a link on to the description. I urge everyone to really watch it, because it's if you for a geek person, it's an amazing one, and I it's I'm trying to figure out how to best explain the show, but it's just the characters have great chemistry between one another, which I think is one of the reasons why it works out so great, and it's just oh, Shubs is also one of the is a great character. It's just fantastically written characters. Not to say that Broken Quest doesn't have great characters, but I just feel like sometimes the writing to it gets too much. I mean, I understand what they did their own characters, Husky, Row, and Dodger, but I mean, I don't know how well it has worked out for them. So I want to see more of Davis and Jesse Cox, because those two has all the parts they are in is so much better. It's because their characters are better, and I feel like Davis and Jesse Cox have a great chemistry. Not to say that Husky, Rowan, Dodger doesn't have great chemistry. It's just when they do the characters, it's just repeat of everything in every like episode. So much like they have like everyone has slept with the succubus Rose character, and uh, Husky's characters is incredibly stupid, which is it's okay if you have at least any intel. I mean, the conversations end up being sort of like the same. It's the same conversations in every episode. I I feel like, and the jokes doesn't really work now further into it. I mean, I know that everyone's saying that the favorite episode was the last one, and I didn't really find it that entertaining. So I'm beginning to like, okay, if they I still feel like the first episode is still the best one. I And the second one wasn't that bad either. So yeah, go on a rant on stuff. Because I watch many stuff on YouTube and such. I That's why I'm really hoping that Jan's uh, Snossman Hole Punch can get be on a sort of stuff like a YouTube channel like Geek and Sundry. But to be honest, it's will I will say that it will bring in more viewers, but just seeing the numbers of how much people watch on Geek and Sundry, it isn't that much more than what the views that John already has. It's just more of bringing in new kinds of new people to watch it. But that just says a lot about that people that like web series aren't that many that's on YouTube. It's really sad. I feel like seeing the views on all of the web series stuff. I'm just going to check how much I watch. What's Here we go. Yes. So just gonna see here. Let's see how many views one of the other web series that's has got a lot of positive. Yeah, so it's Platoon of Power Squadron is another web series I'm watching, and the first episode 1 has 111,000 viewers, and then again it has had more promotion than Jons have had, so I would expect it to have more views, but it's more of the line of yeah, so it's I must say it's if Jan could get a little bit more um, um, promotion to it, then I think it could. I mean, just look at the last episode for Platoon of Power Squadron. The first they split it up in part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part. It's one. You make it one whole episode and then you just put out one every day, because I don't. I think it's partly I think because of them have worked for it so long, and they just want it to last a little bit longer, and also they get probably more money of just doing that. It's a business thing. I mean, I don't know how. I know John does his thing. Put up, is it one episode, and it's going to be one whole episode. So, well, 16,000 views has the first part in episode 7, and that's not spectacular crazy. The other parts now have started to rack up more views, but it's just those were done in the span of I mean, the first one aired like 3-4 years ago, so it would be understandable that would have so much more views by now. Plus, it has the promotion of for people that know, Wheezy Waiter is a vlogger on YouTube who's part of that show, and he has I think, I don't know how many subscribers he has, but I think he has at least 500,000 subs. So, and John gets some more views from DSP, but it's not the amount of like 500,000 subscriber friend that Platoon of Power Squadron has. So John doesn't have that kind of promotion for them, and yeah, so I compare these two very much with each other, because it's I feel like both of them, I want both of them to make it big, because I love both of them. They have a higher budget. Platoon of Power Squadron, it's without doubt it have much higher budget to it, so it's going to bring up in a little bit more viewers, even though story-wise I feel like John is without a doubt up as good as that that show or series, web series. So that story-wise, I think he definitely can compete. So yeah, I mean, that's just yeah, and I'm just gonna check on Geek and Sundry and see what's see the kind of views that shows has on it, because it will be kind of interesting. The first Outlands episode got 395,000 views. It was Geek Week at that point, but still, it just says a lot about how great that show, that web series animation is. So I'm gonna look at what the other second episode had 87,000, third has 44,000, 35,000, and 23,000, and latest one has 19, or around, would say 20,000 views. So as you can tell, it's just from, even if this is a really great animation, it says a lot on how you don't get that. Maybe I should just also look at the Guild's latest season, if I can find it. Here we go, season 6. It has so much more views. Holy crap, all around 500k views. So yeah, but it would be amazing if they could have, when they get on something like this, because yeah, I'm rambling right now. And well, I just want to help people look at more stuff, because as a person that loves web series, I know there's a lot of more web series stuff out there, but some of them hasn't piqued really my interest. But yeah, all this stuff, it's great for YouTube, but I feel like need more people watching it. Maybe it's a problem with it. Shows the problem that on YouTube there aren't that many people that really like to watch TV shows that much. Maybe, I don't know. It's their problem is more sticking to TV, and if maybe more people got to see stuff like Snowman Hole Punch, Platoon of Power Squadron, and the guild has already gotten big, so people that won't watch that are going to watch it. But yeah, I haven't watched really that much of the guild. I watched season 6 of it, and for me it was nothing special, just because I haven't grown an attachment to the characters, and then it's completely understandable, because it's not like you would instantaneously get attachment to the characters. Yeah. This isn't at all what I was going to talk about today, and I can't for my life figure that out. Gonna watch StarCraft this weekend. People, you hear me talk about this a lot, but yeah, I'm. It's just because I don't really have that much to do on weekends, and I like to watch football as well. I usually watch it's during the day, early day. So then the better matches in StarCraft end up being later to the night, so to say. So that's so much fun. Dreamhack Bucharest is what I'm going to watch this weekend, and it has a lot of the best players of the world in it, so it's going to be really great, and I can't wait for it. I'm so hoping that it doesn't end up being a full Korean round of 8, but it's highly likely with the players that are in the tournament. What the hell, I'm losing. Can't remember what to say today. Oops. Yeah, damn it. I had something great in line for talking about today, and yeah, it's annoying. It's people now. Phil has done his internet suicide video, or like negativity video. It's you can tell so much that he's brought so much more negativity to. It sounds contradictory. You do want to talk about that you going to be positive, and end up getting more negativity from people that don't like you. It was to be expected, to be honest. But yeah, I can understand Phil doesn't. The way he types it and the way he says it, he doesn't really understand what he understood when Arid Lord, when he did his he said, don't put it down, it's internet suicide, and then he goes and do the same type of video. It's a type of video that would end up getting more hate and stuff. And Phil is trying to be the victim here, and it doesn't really. I mean, I have no problem. Phil is kind of the same person as ever, and no matter how much I can say and do it, he's not gonna change, which is unfortunately for him, because he's, instead of, I mean, I know he respects some people like TB and stuff. If he would watch his vlog about selling out on how to like don't respond to the hater and just take the high road, and he should have done that on that one as well. I mean, it's, and the fact is that he talked for like 1.5 hours of it. He is rumbling, and you need, I mean, it's, sure, it's when you're passionate you can speak for longer times, but man, you can't go on forever talking about stuff like that. If he was blunt and went straight to the point and had like, I know he's still gonna talk long, but 30-minute video, just say everything in a blunt and straight manner, and then stopped it. I think it would have been less destructive video. He shouldn't have done it from the first place, but it would have been straight to the point, and some stuff is just stuck in his mind. The fact is that everyone is playing games like squinting at the screen. It's just what? I have a TV and that's connected to my computer, but I like to play some games with keyboard. So I don't want to get the table and sit using my TV. I'm just gonna have it on my smaller screen. I don't have the biggest. I think I don't have the biggest computer screen, but it doesn't really matter because I can still. It's still big enough for me. I want to have a bigger one, but I don't want to spend money, so that's why I don't. It's a simple equation. Unless you spend money, you can't get a new one. So, but it's a great one. Unless it just the beginning when I bought it the first year, it had some issues with my like it was glitching out the cord between the computer and the screen, so it was some sort of not gap. Oh my god, I can't figure out the name of it, but it was some sort of connection. It wasn't full connection, so it ended up that I couldn't. The screen wouldn't pop up. But after that, when I fixed it, it hasn't been a problem since that. And I have had the screen for, I must say, almost 3 years probably. Because I kept the screen when I bought my new computer. So, yes. Yeah, I mean, I will always love Phil for and still have some respect for him, because I mean, I just feel like that he doesn't know what he's saying. Sort of like how Nintendo acts. They do stuff they don't really know the consequences of. Phil does the same thing. He does stuff that he thinks is right, but it's really stupid, and even though we try to tell him otherwise, unless people like Rambo or someone close to him says it, and even then he doesn't. I mean, I think Jan tried to get him to change to uh, capture cards for a long time, and look how long it took him to start using that. And if he just apologize sometimes, like for the fact that many people, like when he changed to capture cards, he could have apologized to the people that use capture cards, because the fact is that he realized it was better and he didn't think it was this good or whatever, and then if he just apologized to move on, and then people would have been okay, then people would have just moved on from that point. But for a person that good of a talker, that he could be more smarter when he speaks, and I think everyone agrees with me there. So yeah, I somehow ended up in talking about Felix. I don't want to talk about him really, because I don't have the right really to do it, because I feel I don't know. I just don't know. It's divided in me, because some of the things, and also the people that wish him to don't have this anymore. Fuck you. I'm serious. People that don't want him to do this, just fuck you, because it's not our. It's okay that you don't like him, sure, but wishing someone for it not to work out, then you're just a big of a douchebag, bigger in my opinion. I just see some tweets and stuff that says like I hope like Machinima fires you and whatever. I mean, it's such a dickish thing to say, and you think the world isn't. There's no justice in the world. It's not a fair world. Some people are going to get more famous than another. Some people are going to unrightfully in your eyes become big. Yeah, it's just it will never change. So it's what you can fully hate Phil for the things he has said and the way he acts. Sure, but hate for a person to get rid of his livelihood, it's just a dickish thing, and I'm sorry. It's just. Sure, I think I agree with some people that say if he really wanted to get the job, he probably could. And because he's probably has the experience to get work. But why would he when he can work something like this? Just let him be. If you don't like him, just move. Don't watch him. Don't listen to what stuff people say about him, or just start watching something else, or just zone out from it. You don't have to. Yeah. I'm sorry, I had to rant about that. It's just let him be. If you don't like him, then just don't bother with it. Sure, it's dumb, stupid things he says. We all know he's known for saying stupid things. So, yeah, I'm gonna stop myself here, because I probably offended some people here, and I feel like I offended people enough today. That's a highly used word as well. People use that too much. I'm offended. Because you really mean me. Well, thanks you guys for listening, and I will see you. Okay, I forgot to plug myself. How sorry for that. No, You can read stuff I post on at Morcron Story on Twitter. Another Longest Journey are going to be up on tomorrow, probably. And also a Saints Row video will be out today, and I will try to get up more this weekend. So thanks you guys for listening, and I will see you on another Crowncast.